Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we're going to be taking a look at Sins going up against Scan. Should be an excellent game. You know, Sins was one of the strongest rising Protosses. Does have that ban from ASL for some amount of time. I don't know if that's up yet or not. He's seemed pretty active lately, so maybe that's going to be done with. But yeah, it should be a little bit interesting because obviously Scan is kind of like the jack of all Terrans, has a deeper strategic depth and build order depth than most of the pros, and I think quickly becoming one of the world's best Terrans. Sins is definitely, I would call him a strategic player. Sins is someone that, like, first off, he's in this matchup, he is one of our only top-end carrier Protosses. This is a Protoss where you just know he's going to go carriers. It's like, there's not a lot of players that are actually like that right now, which is kind of funny, because I feel like once upon a time it was much more popular, but people are more into speed shuttles, people are more into arbiters currently. Whereas Sins, like, I would be shocked if we don't see any carriers this game. And in fact, I almost said right as we started, oh, it's Sins, it's going to be cross-spawn Nexus First carrier. Which I bet you is what it will end up being. It does look like he's going to go cross-spawn Nexus First, already the strongest thing in the game, and into carrier is the strongest permutation of it. Oh, that was funny. But yeah, that's probably what we'll end up seeing from him. But yeah, it's like the only other guy that's really a carrier Protoss that I can think of off the top of my head right now, I'm sure you guys can probably add one in there. Stork is very much a carrier Protoss. Although we will see him sometimes do other stuff too. Like, Stork definitely has a full range. But any time that he deems that he can go carrier, he will go for it. And, like, I think that's important, is if you find a situation to go carrier, that you can go carrier, and you need to go carrier. Because carrier is just so ridiculous in scaling. It's so strong. By the way, Scan is not scouting right now. I have not seen someone delay the scout this late in a professional... Well, this is a ladder game, so it's not like a pro match. I've not seen it at all in a pro match, but I've seen it occasionally. The last time I can remember, Midas did this. And he did a pressure push while expanding off of this. I have actually toyed with this a little bit recently just because of fantasy with his FD pushes. Like, if you're going to do an FD push, I think that this is an excellent opener where you don't scout with it, because the FD push will do your scouting for you. You don't need to know where they are way ahead of time to do an FD. And FD will actually, a lot of the builds that you're scouting for, FD already does reasonably well against, but it doesn't look like that's what Scan's doing. He hasn't started a third depot. It looks like he just wants to get his command center at a nice time and be safe. And when he gets up here and scouts with, by the way, a box scout, of course, because he did not scout at the normal time, he will see that it is a cross-spawn Nexus First, so that's a little bit painful. Hits a Zealot. He sees that it's only one gate. So when you put all this together, like, it's a way better opening for Sins. Like, he's going to be up a healthy amount of SCV or probes, right? He's making 2 at a time. He's already up 3. He's going to make a full wall here. Love to see it. That's going to be good against this Vulture incoming. He might just hold position as Zealot and count on the Goon, but I think he should just full wall. Yeah, and he does. Right, that's tight, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Sometimes it's hard to see that weird angle. Okay. Mine's on the way. SCV picked off. Dragoon gets it. There was no range as of yet. Okay, yeah. Perfectly done from Sins. Has that second gate. Okay. Where does Scan go from here? He actually starts a second factory. So the second factory, a lot of Terran players here will just make a third command center. Starting this second factory is very middle of the road. If your opponent kind of greedily takes a third base reasonably fast and goes observer, you're probably behind. If you go to factory like this and Protoss was going to do a 2 base all in, you're actually in a better spot. Unless it's the carrier build, and then maybe it would have been better to take the third base. There's a lot of variables here, so I don't want to get too into the mind game of this, but we'll see how the decisions turn out. Okay, so the starport is not super fast, but his SCV was in there for a long time. Right? Like his SCV was up here. He saw no range. There was no robo because he had come up with the SCV this way and then got caught right around here. And the vulture hit the front and saw the second gateway. So he knows that the robo is not super fast. So he might be able to get in with a dropship before it's detected. But this is... Okay, like, remember what I was saying? Like, this might be weak if he takes a quick third. He has taken a very fast third. I hadn't noticed that. Yeah, looking at this, a lot of how this game turns out will probably come down to the quality of the vulture drop that's going to occur. If Scan can get a good amount of workers, then yeah, good shape. But if it gets deflected reasonably successfully by Sins, his macro is going to be insane. Observatory, a couple more gates. And I think he actually will go carrier 100% this game still, by the way. Unless he loses a ton of probes, I think we're still going to see that quick carrier. Just not 2-base carrier, 3-base carrier. In fact, this exact type of situation is so good for Sins if he goes carrier, because the dropship's going to come in. Anytime they go dropship, the carrier players will always go carrier. Because dropship means no scanner. You never get scanner quick. What? You never get scanner quickly with dropship. This isn't a super fast scanner, but like this is actually faster than almost everyone gets it. So that's cool and interesting. But yeah, it like basically what happens is you block the drop, then immediately put down stargates. It's a very common strategy against dropship. And especially when it's cross-spawn Nexus First, just in general, it's very popular to go carriers. Okay, flies up past that one goon. Drops 2 here, which need to be dealt with. Drops 2 here, right? Oh! Sometimes they don't slide through there too quickly. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck on each other. Okay. He got his worker count within 1. Not bad. It was an okay drop. But obviously that's going to slow down these factory ads. Let's see if he throws down stargates. He didn't catch the dropship, by the way, so he might just delay everything a little bit, because when you kind of chase it up here and you see 2 vultures and the dropship get away, you know they're coming in. There's no reason not to redrop. Okay, another gateway being warped in. And we'll see if he goes stargates or not in a second here. Okay, Scan going to go ahead and get a third base going. He has his comm sats up. We're getting up right now. Now, Sins, you know, he took that third base quickly, so he definitely can just go into, like, heavy gateway production. Because his economy is pretty sick. 58 probes right now at 9 minutes. Really good. And I'll tell you what, I'm surprised. I thought for sure he'd be adding stargates right now. I thought for sure. Right, the scan goes down. Scan, by the way, still has really good mines out on the map, which is very nice. He's kept enough pressure on that, you know, his mines have remained. So he knows, for instance, there's the odds that there's another base right now very low. He should get his science facility coming up, by the way. You know, this meta where you're not getting a lot of upgrades. Well, first off, you're against Sins, which should tell you that you need it. Oh, there's the air upgrade, air weapons. But also just because he has a starport. I actually really like starport openers right now, because not only can you punish the lack of cannons that people oftentimes have in their mains, but it allows you to actually get those upgrades, which Protoss are starting to feel like you're not getting anymore. So kind of cool. All right, so he's getting Zealot legs. He's getting air attacks. Scan does have comsats, so he is able to scout this. Kind of a low-action game after this. 73 probes already across the map. Really good supply on both sides. Yeah, we're at 10 minutes, 30 seconds, and Scan's already been mining here for a minute. He's at 60 workers, which is pretty solid. Does need just like a few more. There's 2 metrics by which you can stop SCV production. One is when you hit 110 supply, and the other is at 11 minutes, because those line up a lot of the time. Well, actually, the 110 supply, 11 minutes doesn't line up anymore. It used to. But it looks like Scan is done on workers. I think he's misjudged that just slightly. And he is going up to 8 factories. We don't see the science facility as of yet. Would love to see that, though. Still no Stargate. Looks like he's getting ready to take top right main. His 4th base going to be up and mining. And there's the first Stargate. Where is it? There it is. One thing I'm really worried about for Sins is he did not go Reaver. He did not go Psystorm. So he is Gateway Man. He's basically saying, yeah, it was cross-spawn Nexus First. I have an insane amount of probes. My 3rd base was super, super fast. But the thing is, Terran can outscale just the Gateway army. If Scan basically waits till at least 180 supply to move out and he controls it well, he can beat whatever his opponent has on the ground. A few more gates coming up. Here, he'll go Fleet Beacon and probably add 2 more Stargates. Be pretty surprised if he didn't. Gateway here, cannon. 5th Nexus going up. Now, this is actually really important army movement that we see from Sins. Notice he has this group clearing mines and this group clearing mines. It's important that he has multiple avenues with which to attack Scan. Really, really important on that. Like, he needs to be able to potentially counterattack or at least make the fear of counterattack there. Okay, double Scan. He's looking for observers. Okay, here come the Dragoons. He can only just attack until he forces the siege. Then he has to pull back. Forces siege, pulls back. Just slightly sloppy, loses a couple goons. Not the end of the world. A lot of Zealots coming down. Legs, of course, have been done for a bit. Another Stargate as well as Fleet Beacon. Scan. Magic number. He's already moved out partially. I actually really like that he moved here before he had critical mass. Just because he knows that his opponent isn't ready quite yet. And as he approaches maxed out, this army gets weaker and weaker against him. Like, you really do outscale just pure gateway units. You just have to engage it correctly. So obviously if the Zealots like drag mines into the tanks or everything's clumped in a certain way and the splash damage from the tanks kill each other because the Zealots got on top of them, those are the types of ways where you actually win with the gateway army. But if you kind of place everything well, like the vultures are kind of buffering all the sides, some mines are laid, it's so hard for Protoss to get the good engage here. Okay, now he laid mines here and then attacks up into this army. This is so good from Scan. And because, yeah, see, he's got to get the observer down and then clear these mines before he can attack. But now he's whittling this down. So all this is lost supply that has to be remade from Sins. He simply has to remake that supply before he engages. Like, his army just shrunk in size dramatically. He's so Dragoon heavy at the moment. Oh, that is a weird misclick. That was a bad hotkey. I think when he was pulling these units back, he accidentally pulled these units too as if they were up here. Oh, God. Scan is just abusing him right now. This has been a weird game. Like, it looked really normal on the opening from Sins. I think that Sins opened very, very well. Scan's opening was definitely a little bit different with the Stargate, the starport rather. He did a good job. I like the timing of the scanner. He just kept scanning and figure out what was going on. But he really abused Sins in the center. Like, he scaled up to exactly the right type of army and just has crushed all the gateways units he's gone up against so far. Can't really imagine Sins. Well, I can imagine Sins coming back just slightly. because he does have the corner base and he has 4 Stargates. But if he had carriers like halfway done, I'm like, oh, maybe. But as long as Scan just macros really cleanly and just keeps reinforcing, this army is not going to break. There's no way. He's just so efficient here. Now, that being said, there is a big bank being made. Pulls those goons back. Still no carriers. Okay, he starts up 4 carriers, but like this seems very late to me. Probes all being transferred down. Oh, he's transferring all the way down here. This Nexus is not even close to done. He's going to have to manually stop these from returning cargo. See if he's able to do that. 4th base is up. Ooh, this is a good moment for Sins, actually. This is the type of move you need if you're going to come back. By the way, if he just killed this pylon. This Sins pylon up here. Ooh, that would be nice. All right, 4th base getting attacked. 5th base getting canceled out. He definitely could send a few tanks to kill this. Loses that command center. Yeah, Scan is just really... He's outplayed him so heavily here. I feel like I would really focus on trying to kill these off. You don't even want those carriers coming out. But I think that there's, like, just about no way. I guess if the carriers came out... The funny thing is, if he had made scouts, that might have been better. Mini has done that before. When timing attacks are coming, he doesn't have time for carriers. He makes scouts. There's 1 Goliath in here, by the way. Unpowered. Gets 2 carriers out. Comes back with the rest of his army. You know, he did deny 2 of Scan's bases during this. But he's basically losing everything. If Sins wins this game somehow, I'm writing a letter to Blizzard. That's what my grandmother used to say. Well, I'm going to write them a letter. And she's angry about something. Oh, man. No, there's just no way. Right? This little group still being annoying. He's going to save his main base. Huh. He's going to end up killing a lot of tanks. The only thing that I'm seeing that I feel like was a mistake here from Scan is I feel like he should have attempted to send a couple tanks down. I know that there was this group of goons that was like, moved down the side and killed this, and he killed this off. Maybe he could have come back and eliminated the tanks, but even if you put 3 tanks here and just like a couple mines, I feel like you're still going to get the Nexus most likely. All right, so Sin saves this. He's lost this Nexus, this Nexus. He's lost just uncountable amounts of units. Scan, in the meantime, has +3 attack on the way. 2-1 is already done. 9 Goliaths at a time. Finally gets his command center up. Gonna float over a new command center for this base as well. Sin's gonna be really hard-pressed to stop this base from dying. He did get this one up, which is important. Fleet Beacon. Fleet Beacon being made. 2 more Stargates. He's really, really going hard on the carriers now. Well, he just doesn't have the bank to do this. He's got, like, no gas. He's got nothing going on. Little group of zealots here. Those aren't going to be able to... No. Those can't break that. Absolutely not. All right, so top right gets cleared. Carriers coming down. All right, he brings the carriers as well. Wait a second. Wait a second here. Lots of zealots getting in on top of everything. Yeah, he's going to try to focus down this command center. Scan going for a counterattack towards top right. Well, this was a little bit sloppy. He's going to lose that carrier completely for free. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, Scan still got it. Yeah, he's going to kill so many probes here. He won't get the Nexus. But a lot of Dragoons going down. His carrier count is just too low. It's way closer than it should have been. Cross-spawn Nexus First into carriers at your leisure is such a strong strategy. Let me know what you guys think about that, honestly, because I know I'm a Terran player. I'm known for kind of complaining about carriers and Protoss. Scan's my friend, all these things. Let me know what you think about that game, because, like, I feel like Scan outplayed Sins by, like, 400 times. Like, he was just so much better this game. And, like, Sins made it closer than it ever should have been. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.